A very wonderful evening to you and welcome to your program, my program, Touch on ITV. I am Neka Anishebe.
My name is Senus Muazda Musa. And the controller of corrections, Kaduna State Command. So you are welcome. The issue is, first of all, what were we? And what are we now? And why are we what we are now? That's one thing. You see, initially, the service rules, everything is from an act of 1972 found in Cap 29 Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004. This law did not actually speak to prepare offenders for subsequent reintegration back to society. But with this new act, July 2019, speak more that required to prepare the offenders for subsequent reintegration back to the society. Now, for instance, initially the service was saddled with responsibility of safe and humane, and the landlord humane custody. Humane, safe and humane custody, to keep these people safely in custody, humanly, at the United Nations standard minimum level. Despite that, we do some other things in addition to this safe custody, which I'm not trying to give you the genesis of everything, which includes reformation, rehabilitation, and finally their integration itself. How do we reform people? First of all, we have to keep them safely and humanly as human beings, not as animals. In the course of that, we have different sections. In these sections, we have what is called inmates training and productivity. Inmates training and productivity. It's a directorate. This directorate has units under it. For this unit under it, they have different ways of training the inmates in skill acquisition. For instance, we have agric as a one unit. In agriculture, we train them at different level. We have market gardening all done within our formations at different places. For instance, here we have one here in Kojama. We call it prison, then farm center. People with lesser sentence, say 6 months, are sent there to be trained the act of agricultural production, both local and the modern one, mechanized. I call it mechanized farming and all. Here in Kaduna too, we have a camp, open camp, we call it open camp, we get to Kakuri. In fact, it's the only one of its kind in Africa. The whole of Africa is the only one is here in Kakuri. There are certain categories of people that are taken there. That's why many people will be surprised and be thinking that somebody is sentenced, but they see him walking around, not kept in prison. No, it is a system, call it camp. And you know what the camp is. If you get there now, as you're entering the gate, you will meet mechanical workshop, there are mechanics, disciplinary mechanics. Not all of them are outsiders. Some of them are our inmates as mechanics. You will see a barbing salon there. That barbing salon is owned by our inmates. In the morning they will come and do 6, they are back. Locked. Really. We are preparing to make a car wash there, where cars will be washed by our inmates. But you won't see any stuff there around. You see, right inside, if you get in, we even have a market. All the women in that environment get there to buy things like bitter leaves. To get there. Currently, we have over 1,000 chickens, layers, producing eggs. You see, we trip in buying. We pay the money into the own treasury. It's owned by government. We were there, we trained them, inmates, plus a staff with a veterinary doctor, complete veterinary doctor, taking care of our place. Is there. We have piggery, where we rear pigs, all in that open camp. That's part of the trainer, and that's part of one of the ways of reforming them. Here, when you get here, the custodial center here, close to us, that we used to call Kaduna prison. Yeah. We have things like workshops ranging from woodwork, as carpentry, metalwork, soap making, apart from soap making too, of laundry services, all here, of cup making, all here. Not only here, but all other places. I'm taking it bit by bit. Yeah. It's about the information under this one. Now, apart from this ITP directorate, we have health and social welfare. Health too is divided into two, meant for the inmates only. The public health, which is preventive, and the medical curative. The public health are taking care of the preventive aspect, hygienic, environment. Medical, the doctor is there in case of anything, he treats. Medical, full MBBS doctor. We even have another specialist, dentist. It's a doctor and a dentist. We have nurses that nurse, that dispense drugs, have a qualified pharmacist, and we receive medicines from time to time, almost every month, for consumption of these inmates when the need arises. So now that's health. In this welfare, that is where we have another activity, and that activity is education. The education is in twofold, both the formal education and the moral education. When we talk of moral education, we are talking of religious, predominantly Islamic and Christian. We have our own chaplains that are approved by the service, and we have other volunteers in both the two religions that come in to inculcate this morality into them and give them the education. In the formal education, we have students at different levels, ranging from mass literacy up to university level. Mass literacy, primary level, junior secondary, senior secondary, higher, undergraduates, and even postgraduates. Luckily enough, with the change in time, now that we have National Open University of Nigeria, so we partner In fact, Kaduna here is a center for this National Open University. I can tell you this, currently, in fact, even right now we get there. We find that a semester ago, yes. Even currently, they are doing it. We have about 36 of them, going undergraduate courses, and we have 2 for postgraduate. And the plan is in the pipeline to expand. I've written, in fact, even yesterday, I was at the Gachipo headquarters of the National Open University, requesting, following for establishment of noun centers in Zaria and Kafancha. Because we have the facilities. This is not there. We have all the facilities. So now we are pushing for expansion to Zaria and Kafancha. That security aspect and social aspect. And it is because of that the name Nigerian Correctional Service comes in. Now, with the coming of the Act, July 2019, all these things we are doing were within the 4 walls. But with the coming of this Act, now we are going beyond the 4 walls. And that's why they say now our work is both custodial and non-custodial. The custodial is to be done within the 4 walls. When they're under our custody, as we used to do, we keep them safely, we teach them out of what they will get in the church. After reforming them, we rehabilitate them through what we call aftercare. Aftercare is under social welfare. Their one is to rehabilitate, to resettle them in the society. If you learn carpentry, you go along with carpentry materials to go and settle down. You learn welding on discharge, you get them the materials, you go and settle down. Same thing with agri. The only thing is, I cannot boast you of piece of land to farm, but the act is there. Yeah. And the same thing with laundry itself. The same thing with tailor. You go center in Zaria and Kafancha. Currently, when you get to Zaria, we have all the facilities. The systems are there on ground. And they are even undergoing certain training of this literal modern certain computer here currently in Zaria. Same thing in Kafancha. So the facilities are there already. The facilities are there. We talk about workshop. We have industrial officers that are professionals in this act. They supervise and they train them. And you know, our facilities are places where we get different types of human beings with different skills and different professions. While our people train in a situation whereby we want somebody who knows, who can do, we partner together among the inmates and then we train. When you are committed and you're determined to make it, surely you must make it. I'm committed, I'm determined to make it, I must make it, and I will make it, and I made it. That's it. Things are done not like that. There are certain rules and regulations governing the service. Once you abide by the rules and regulations, surely you find it easy. As I said, what matters is discipline. Discipline. Self-discipline itself. The discipline itself. That's what I'm saying. When you do the best you can to ensure that much is done and what is expected of you is done. That's how we do it. So that's how we are keeping them. always supervise, always abreast of what is there, what is happening, what is the problem, how to solve it. In most cases, I get there myself. And intermittently, we communicate with the person that is in charge there. And if I even live within that environment, just to supervise and ensure that things move smoothly. That's how we do it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. So finally, from you.
Yes.
What are your expectations with this new reform?
The new reform, as I told you, is custodial. We had addition of non-custodial.
Yeah.
Non-custodial sectors will be open across. The expectation is that it will serve as a deterrent and a modern way of imprisonment. In the sense that things are involved here. A judge can sentence somebody to, instead of going for say 2 years or so, there's a chance for what we call restorative. That is, victim offender will sit down, then mediate and find a way. You always see what thing. Surely our facilities will be less utilized, unlike before, where many of the facilities were overstretched. Because it's not everybody that will be in custody. Instead of putting somebody in custody for 2 years, you are now getting the two parties sit down, discuss iron issues, or restoring somebody to go and make community service. You know what community service is? So you see, in this situation, at least there's a progress. And our facility will be less. So it means that the other trainings will only be done at custodial level, and this one will be done at non-custodial level. So that's why I told you that now we have 2 core. It's really a progress, and I believe with time, surely people will appreciate us more. Any right-thinking person, even now, must appreciate our effort, must appreciate our contribution. But more of the appreciation will come when this one take off fully. You know, things are done gradually.
Yeah.
I did say, baby, something gradually. Rome was not built in a day. So with time, God's willing, with these changes, everybody will see it on ground. Because these are things that we've been doing. Apart from the situation whereby there's, say, like a civil case, somebody will be in our custody for, say, a long time. The wife will come angrily. She wanted a divorce. Just one divorce. We sit her down. We advise her. We advise him to please exercise patience. It's not dead. It's alive. One day he'll be out. When he's out, you enjoy yourselves. We guide them. So you see, we've been doing all these things. But now we're now doing it illegally. We are doing this one just temporarily, just to allow things move well. But now we're given that responsibility. And all this thing will be done by court of competent jurisdiction. Because in every court, we have our man there.
Yeah.
And it's the judge that will pronounce, officer, go with him 6 months. Officer, go with him 14 days. This time around, the judge can say, go with him for parole of 3 months. You are not taking him to the facility. He's gone back home, where you will be supervising him. Go with him for community service. Go with him and ensure that they settle themselves, and then you bring them to court. And bring them. Welcome.
This way we will end it today. I am Neka Anishebe. Thanks for watching and enjoy your day.